Welcome back to the Not Approved Podcast. No one asked for us. We're not experts, but we're here to talk about things anyways. I'm your host, Tater, and I've got with me here Rexy. How's it going, Rexy?
Yeah! Yeah, we're actually doing okay today.
We're both slightly dysfunctional, but we're here.
I was full of energy.
Good morning, listeners.
Good morning, survivors.
But we're very excited to be here today to talk about what we are going to be discussing today. This world is we got another word one for you, but this one has a fun premise. I'm kind of excited to get into it.
It's an interesting one, I'll give you that. Yes. We here at the Not Approved Podcast, we like to discuss alternative apocalyptic events and mad dystopian futures that never have an impossibility of existing, just a very, very, very decreased chance of existing. The numbers are in our favor, but never completely.
We say small percent chance, but there's always a percent chance. So regardless how weird and wacky it is, it could still happen. It could. Do you want to go ahead and give us the overview of what world we're talking about today, Rexy?
Yes, let us look at this one, Tater, because like you said, this is a big one. This is a weird one. I think people are going to enjoy this one.
All right. Yep. Go ahead and give it to them.
This is what we refer to as the capitalized gods event. Now, I would like all our survivors to just picture it just for a second. And I'm very aware that my microphone is peaking every time I pronounce a hard P.
It's your plosives. We have plosive problems here, but we're going to move right past that because that's a future Tater problem.
Yep. Tater is our editor-in-chief.
I should be chief of nothing. I'm going to be honest here.
Anyway, consider for a moment a well-known, well-beloved fast food chain. You may have one already in your head with its bright logo flashing neonly up the highway,
arches.
luring you with its promise of food that never goes rotten. Now, what if one of these wonderful places of fast food consumption and preparation, what if one of those happened to be built on what we later discovered were the ancient ruins of some great and forgotten deity?
Oh, I thought we knew it was ruins that were because of our capitalism.
Do you know what? That's even better. We knew that these were the ancient ruins of some great and forgotten deity. A deity no longer worshipped in today's world because, that's yesteryear's problem. Those people from like 5,000 years ago, they didn't know anything. Fast food chain gets built on top of ancient ruins. That god is pissed off. That pisses off all the other gods. All the ancient gods reawaken and come into the world. They are annoyed. This is the last straw. This is the final thing. They're like, no more of this, humanity. You have done us so bad, and now we are out to get you. But they're also in conflict with each other as well. So, haha. I don't know if this has made any sense at all, Tater. It made sense in my mind.
It makes sense. I was just enjoying the drama of it all. So yes.
You know I love drama. You know I love the theatrics of it.
We have the golden arches plonked directly down in some ancient ruins, and that ticks off the gods. This could work very well for us, or it could work very badly for us. So we are looking at an actual true apocalypse this time. I know sometimes we delve into more of the dystopian, but this sounds more of a true apocalypse, in my opinion.
Oh, 100%, because there's very few ways we're coming out of this as the surviving species. And if we do survive, we are surviving as mere fractions and splintered sections of our former greatness.
So one of our first rules that we really address in the Not Approved Podcast, say it with me.
Know
thy enemy!
Yes!
Know thy enemy. Learn the rules of your world. Learn what's going on. So, listeners, survivors, hear it. We speak directly to you.
To the soul, to the heart.
To the soul. The library is your friend. The library is nice. The library holds answers. Get your ass to the library.
Get a library card.
Good God. Good gods. Good gods. So today we're talking about ancient gods. There is so much literature out there about gods. We have an opportunity in this one. We have so much present literature that we can refer to for answers, or at least hints at what we're facing. So it's not going to tell you how to survive them, but it'll tell you how to identify them at least.
Exactly, and I think for reference here, Tata herself has the Children's Illustrated Guide to all deities currently in her possession, don't you, Tata?
It is not that it's not. It has some drawings. It's pretty.
And
just because it has drawings doesn't mean it's for children.
What is it currently being used for?
It is being used as a book because that is what books are used for.
No, come on, you can't. Don't do this to me. Tell me what that book is currently being used for. You just told me 5 minutes ago. What is happening with that book?
It's being used to prop up my monitor on my computer.
Your local library, ladies and gentlemen.
But that's a testament to how good that literature is because it is multi-use and it's thick enough to prop my computer up another 5 inches. So you know what? Props to that.
Props it up another 5 inches? That's crazy.
5 inches. I needed that 5 inches because my neck was craning to look down. And then the Norse Gods book just popped into my
I'm
hand.
sorry, when you just said I needed that 5 inches, that just made my mind go somewhere.
I do need that 5 inches, though.
My jeans are blue.
Oh my God. Moving on.
Moving on.
So with our gods, we have basically what is it called when we all ascend? What is that?
Well, we ascend. We transcend. What?
The ascendants. We have the reverse transcendence.
Oh, right. Okay. Yes.
So the gods are coming here. We ain't going to the gods.
Yeah.
So with that, we know thy enemy by research. So it's important to A, be observant, but B, in this world, it's important to research. With zombies, with our vegans, all of that, we can research a little bit. But this one, we're solely dependent on historical documentation regarding who we're facing off with. And there's so much documentation. Now, how much of it is it true? I have no idea. But it gives us a reference as to what we're facing. So, rule number 1, know thy enemy.
Know thy enemy, of course. Now, the thing is, different gods in different cultures, they were renowned for specific traits. For instance, the Greek gods, for the most part, were depicted as giant humans. They lived atop an enormous mountain, Mount Olympus. You might have heard of it. Great mountain, lovely mountain, wonderful in the spring, I've heard. They all lived atop there in the clouds.
It sounds like you're promoting.
Yeah.
We're welcoming you to Mount Olympus, your one-stop shop for vacations.
It's all one-stop shops with you, isn't it?
Oh, hell yeah. I grew up in America. Walmart is God.
Oh, I love this. I love this transatlantic back and forth you and I have going on here.
That's a nice English way of calling me a hick. Moving right along. So yes, ancient Greek gods were often depicted as basically giant humans that if they were to descend from Mount Olympus, we would bloody well know about it because they were giant. Ancient Egyptian gods, not necessarily giant from what I understand, but all of them wearing animal heads for the most part, except for a few select Pretty
ones.
Recognizable. We'd be able to identify
pretty
those.
recognizable. My personal favorite being Anubis. What a striking figure that man makes in a silhouette. You know, 'cause everything's in silhouette. Everything's in portrait mode in hieroglyphics. Yeah, what a stunning profile. The Norse gods, again, don't think they were giants because their enemies were the giants. The Jotnar, I believe they were called. I am an idiot, so please correct me if I am completely incorrect in my pronunciation there. I do not care, actually, but you may correct me.
Regardless, identifying the gods is going to be step 1. Then doing your research is going to be step 2.
Yes.
And then step 3 of really learning is figuring out what their abilities are. So research. So again, your local library is going to be important. The internet is going to be important. Yes. Yep. I'm kind of imagining, if I'm being honest, the gods of ancient times were present at all times. Like, you were always aware of your, I mean, they lived on the mountain that overhang the entire countryside. So they were present in your thoughts at all times. So I'm kind of curious how the gods would react to the internet.
I mean,
would they start trolling the internet?
the internet may be. This is I did not expect us to go down here, but if you think about it, the internet is the new god. The internet is all-knowing. The internet is all-knowing and all-powerful.
They would find the internet to be a threat.
Potentially, yes. So we may be in a situation where the internet is destroyed once more.
Oh, no, we already did that one.
I know, yes, yeah.
It didn't go well for us.
It did not, no, because that created the Withdrawn. If you have not heard that episode yet, I do recommend that you go back and listen to it. Internet Zombies, it's called. But, yeah, I personally think that the internet may be considered a god in its own right because it is all-knowing.
So that brings up a good question, because in historical records, the gods were always kind of at odds with each other. They were fighting, at least the Greek ones that I'm aware of. I don't know about, the Hindu gods, the Egyptian gods. I'm not familiar with them as much, but I do know the Greek gods that were gigantic were fighting with each other a lot.
I know that there was a lot of drama in the Norse mythology.
Yeah, the Loki, Thor triangle, that always caused some issues. I do know that.
Yeah,
Odin was
absolutely.
his own special type of problematic. But with that, it brings up the point of survival tactic number 1. Play the gods against each other. Each of these gods is basically the overarching power of one item. However, since we are talking all gods from all cultures, there's going to be some overlap. So inevitably, there's going to be some competition between them. And I think that could be a useful tactic in order to survive this world. So we're talking survival tactics here. Play the gods against each other. Because the Greek gods were fighting each other all the time. And they don't even have the same subjects. They don't even have the same power,
specialities.
So now we have not only them hating each other, you have other gods trying to hone in on their little piece of the pie. And
yeah, exactly.
I can anticipate some problems.
I mean, this is the thing, because Zeus, king of the gods, god of lightning and thunderstorms. Equally, Thor, god of thunder. Let me just get this straight in my head. Are you suggesting that we make a god tier list?
I would love to see a god tier list. I would love to see like a Hunger Games style tier list of the gods. Who would stand out?
If we put them up against each other, like if we put Anubis and Hades opposite each other, who would win? Who would be the ultimate god of death that comes out of that?
I mean, I hate to say it, but humanity as a whole probably aligns a lot closer to the trickster gods of each culture.
Mm-hmm.
We aren't gonna beat anyone on power alone. We're not.
Oh no, we are.
I don't care how much we equip ourselves. We're not. But we can try to outmaneuver and manipulate, and I think that's why this survival tactic of try to manipulate them into facing off with each other more than focusing their anger on us.
Yes.
I think that is going to be one of our peak survival tactics here is get their attention off us, because they're only here because they're mad at us. So I anticipate that won't go well for humanity.
Yeah, they're mad at us, but they are also stepping on each other's toes, which is making them mad at each other. Now, if we can just aggravate that situation just a little more.
The question is, does that bring on a Titan versus Titan battle that we won't survive anyway?
I am going to step in here and say that I don't think the Greek gods would quite like being referred to as Titans, because it was the Titans that they defeated in order to become gods. So we need to be very
Let
careful
them
of our
come after
language.
me.
We need to be very careful of our language in this episode so as not to
Okay.
cause more offense to the gods that are currently trampling us. See, by using the word Titan to refer to Greek god, you have just summoned the full might of all Greek gods upon you.
I feel like in light of us building a fast food chain in one of their temples, I don't think me calling them a Titan is really going to affect them that much.
No, but you basically called them a slur.
Oh no, whatever shall I do? So let's jump into that. That kind of brings up a concept of survival tactic number 2. So survival tactic number 1 is manipulate the gods.
Right.
Survival tactic number 2 is what Rexy just hinted on, which is follow or adhere to the gods' rules.
Worship.
Worship. Learn to worship. So that does fall under our rule number 1, know thy enemy. So know thy enemy. You also know how to worship thy enemy.
All gods, regardless of culture, time period, etc., all have one thing in common, and that is ego. They love to be worshipped. So they could be pissed off at us, but if someone's following them around going, you are so wonderful, you are so great, oh Lord, oh you are so big, so absolutely huge. Anyone who knows Monty Python, please hit me up in the comments because that is amazing.
I do take issue with, so I this is a survival tactic, but I don't think I would use this survival tactic personally. Just looking back into history, at least the Greek gods that I am aware of weren't exactly the most friendly to their followers in the first place.
No, they didn't have a good track record.
They played with their followers like toys. So if you're a gambler, feel free. Like this might be a good option for our gambling friends, is if they want to throw it in with the gods, they are welcome to.
Please gamble responsibly.
Please gamble responsibly. I think that this option would present too many risks. You can't anticipate how a godly being, how an all-powerful being would react to different situations, to different circumstances. And you have already ticked them off, so worshiping them would be a monumental effort to get back in their good graces.
Absolutely.
So I don't know how realistic this tactic would be.
There is, however, an even more unrealistic tactic. Become something, or to evoke. Is evoke the right word? No, invoke is from within, so evoke is from without. Right, yep, okay. To evoke something that is greater than those deities, something that they fear.
Okay, so we're talking ancient weapons or all-powerful, so becoming worse than the gods.
Yeah, if we as humanity can transcend to become greater than, but more abhorrent, then we win.
I mean, it is true. Historically, there were beings that the gods maybe didn't fear, but they respected. So becoming bad enough or powerful enough or dangerous enough that the gods respect you is a good option, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So
it's very
valid.
It's valid, but it's very, very unlikely. That is my only concern with it, is that it's going to be extremely hard for mankind, or dare I say one man, to rise above the status of godhood.
Find the Titans. Release the Titans. There you go.
Yeah. That would be it. That would be a way of at least stopping the Greek gods, is to release the Titans. In terms of stopping the Norse gods, it would be releasing the Jotnar.
So with our manipulation tactic of trying to pair the gods off against each other, trying to instigate them releasing history's worst villains is also an option. However, the question is, do we just go from the fire into...
From the frying pan into the fire.
Do we just go from into the fry? Yeah, whatever that is. Do we go from the frying pan into the fire in that situation? Are we just asking for a worse situation?
We go from the fire into a bigger fire.
It's true. Like, we're already in the fire. We built a fast food chain on a historical landmark.
Can I ask, which god do you think it was, the initial ruins, do you think?
I want to say it's one of the big ones, but here's my thought. I don't think it would be.
No.
Because I guarantee one of the big names is just chomping at the bit. they're desperate to get out there and just cause shit. So they're ready. So all it would take is one minor god being like, "Yo, that's not cool," and they're like, "Let's go,
Yeah.
we're ready."
Literally,
We've been
everyone
ready.
jumps on the bandwagon, and then it's cancel culture for humanity.
So we have a couple of tactics here. So let's go ahead and summarize our tactics
Okay.
because I think we have some good ones
We do,
this time.
yes.
So tactic number 1 is basically manipulation tactics of the gods.
Yeah. Now, whether
Try to get them to face off with each other.
Yeah.
Try to get them to release known
enemies of the
contenders
gods,
or competitors, enemies.
Yeah.
Try to get them to basically
basically going up to them and saying, I bet you won't do that because you're a bunch of and then see what happens.
Now you're just creating things I have to edit. That was on purpose.
I'm sorry.
God dang it.
It's just one beep. It's just one beep.
We want to manipulate them into their own problems. So that's tactic number 1. Tactic number 2 is worship.
Worship.
Following them, which is a common one for our takeover apocalypses, I have to say, is following them or joining them, except for the zombie ones. I don't think we did that one. But joining them is an option on this one.
That I'm going to say that doesn't guarantee your safety, though. It just means that you might be in with the good books, but you're still insignificant in their eyes.
And then tactic number 3 is become something feared or more powerful or respected by the gods. So which option would you personally pick? So as far as surviving goes, I think my personal choice of the survival tactic that I would stick to is the manipulation tactic. I think that's going to be my go-to. So as far as survival goes, I'm imagining a wasteland. The gods had their fun. The initial onslaught is pretty dangerous. They've wasted most of the world. So all of us have to resort to scavenging. And I'm imagining that the best tactic would be to try to manipulate the gods in some way. And I do think the internet would be useful for that. It opens up a realm of communication that they are likely unfamiliar with. So we can use that to really coordinate well. So I do think resistance is going to be the key in this. And I think my survival tactic is going to be the manipulation route. But I have this deep down feeling I know which survival tactic you will be going for.
I mean,
I wonder what it is.
You know what? I literally wear a t-shirt that says me phobia on it. I am so awesome and so spectacular that I fear the greatness that I will one day become. That is me phobia. So absolutely, if I could guarantee my utter transcendence to basically become some H.P. Lovecraft eldritch abomination that everyone hopes will never wake up because God forbid it ever does, the end of the world is coming, then absolutely I would love to transcend. But in reality, and I thank you for your confidence on that matter, but in reality, manipulation is probably the way forward. But what I would like to hear from our devoted audience of survivors that tune in every week. We love you. We love you so much. Thank you. Please don't ever leave us. We would like to hear from you. We've discussed some generic ancient gods, the ones that are well known. The ancient Greeks, the ancient Norse, the ancient Egyptians. But please, wherever you are in the world, please do inform us of what is your ancient deities that are no longer in the secular rotation. And please tell us, would they be open to manipulation? I need to know. I'm interested to know. Education. Knowledge is the key to all success. Know thy enemy, people. And I want to know who your enemy is.
So we've gone over our survival tactics. So we want to launch next into the practical side of it. Who are we surviving with? So we pick how we survive, and then we pick who we survive with. And then we discuss our likelihood of survival. That's kind of how we like to structure it.
We will, of course, be absolutely discreet. No identifiable information gets past this podcast without, with us knowing, at least. But we're idiots. We never know.
So the social section is essentially what we do in order to locate an individual and discuss only the survival capabilities as a partner.
Yeah.
So where do we do that? Dating apps. So essentially, we're using dating profiles to analyze the pros and cons of that individual in this specific apocalyptic scenario. We're not discussing their looks. We're not discussing anything about them in current society. We're talking their survivability in this scenario.
Bio, yes. I will say that we have mentioned that we would start bringing in ladies into this section. Tata has actually sent me 2 males this time, but we promise, ladies, we will be bringing you into the foray very shortly. You have to understand
I
that...
just pick the first 2 to pop up for me.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. I only get the first 2. I don't go looking for these guys, and so I haven't looked through their profiles at all. So I have no idea what these guys are like.
So we're going in blind. This is great. Right.
So the next lady that pops up, I will throw in here. It's just these are just the first 2 that popped up.
The next lady that shows up, we will literally throw her like a human shield into the... Okay.
So let's go ahead and start with our first guy here. This individual's name. I'm kind of wanting to stick with our Greek theme or our godly theme.
Okay, so how about we refer to this one as Adonis?
Adonis. Yes. All right. So here we have Adonis. And boy howdy is this individual living up to the name Adonis.
Yeah, that's exactly why I picked it, because my god.
Picture number 1, he literally has a 6-pack. Now, here's my problem. Picture number 1, there's 3 of them in the picture.
Which one is
and
he?
all 3 of them have a 6-pack.
Yep.
So I don't know which one is Adonis.
Now, I will say, this is the type of thing that Greek sculptors would go out of their way to try and find. This guy is already halfway...
This fictional apocalypse, this guy is already going to be targeted by sculptors. So we're running around trying to escape, and there's this guy with a chisel and a hammer going, wait, stand right there for another couple hours.
If I'm being perfectly honest, this guy is halfway to transcendence.
Is he, though? I feel like he has so many things to do that would be more important than survival. Like, this guy clearly focuses on his physique and his appearance heavily, which no judgment.
No judgment.
I'm not judging. I'm just saying this is a big focus for him. So in an apocalyptic scenario, he's not going to be able to focus on that. So is that going to mess with his head, his routine? Is he going to have an issue in the survival sense of things?
Right. So let's have a look-see here. So he's an outdoorsy kind of person.
What
the hell was that?
I would disagree with that, but okay.
Well, he says he lists his interests as DIY gardening and outdoors. You know, who am I to?
I could list my interests as hockey and gymnastics, but that doesn't mean I'm good at or do those.
Are you suggesting that Adonis is lying?
Yes, I am. Yes. I mean, look at him. He's got a picture of him out with his backpack hiking, and he's wearing shorts that go halfway up to his ass, and he is calling for every tick in the world to grab onto his legs. I'm just saying.
I was going to say there's absolutely no sense of camouflage going on here at all. Although, to be fair, we are not in the apocalyptic scenario yet, so the idea is to be seen. So
this guy lives really close to me. It's actually kind of weird. He lives 3 miles away from me.
Do you know what? One thing I am
Do you think
noticing.
He heard me?
Maybe he's listening. Maybe he's listening right now.
Is he gonna burst down my door with a backpack and say, "Get your ass in gear, we're going to the woods"?
Can I just make one observation? I'm looking at 4 different photos of Adonis. Not one of them looks the same as the other.
Ooh, do we have a catfish?
We either have a catfish or we have a shapeshifter. And again, that makes him halfway to... this makes him halfway...
Yet.
No, he's a shapeshifter. This makes him halfway up to transcendence. He is transcending.
That's a good point. Let me do a quick reverse image search. Hang on. Let's see.
I might be thoroughly mistaken. The guy just looks very different in at least 3
We
of
have
these.
a catfish! Ah! We have a catfish!
We have a catfish?
Yes, we do.
The man is fictional.
Yes, they're using images from a model.
Oh,
His real name is Bobby.
that is not what this guy's name is.
Okay, so our
It-
Adonis is actually Bobby from Italy.
oh, that makes sense with this photo of him going through the olive gardens. And I don't mean that as the restaurant. I mean that as in actual olive gardens.
It is. It's an olive. It's like an actual vineyard type
Yeah.
thing. Okay, so this changes our conversation a little
This
bit. So we have
changes
ourselves
everything.
a catfish.
I'm so glad I'm so glad I figured that out because
That's brilliant. So this brings up a good. First of all, catfishing is wrong.
catfishing is wrong.
Let's just put that out there.
Automatically, this guy is untrustworthy.
Agreed. Yes. So
Yeah.
this brings up a question though: is we need someone to help us manipulate the gods for my tactic, and you kind of were hinting that you wanted to use the tactic too. Now,
Yeah.
if it is realistic, you want to become all powerful. So, which you got to pick one or the other in for this conversation. Are you going to try to become all powerful using the Cthulhu thing, or are you gonna stick with the manipulation tactic?
No. As much as I want to transcend into greatness and abhorrency, I think that manipulation is the more practical of the survival tactics that we have discussed.
Okay.
So.
So manipulation
in terms of
is our
manipulation,
tactic. He could be very good at manipulating, or
he could be. This person, this individual, is our rage baiter.
Okay.
Yes, we send them out to the front line to goad the egotistical ones into fighting each other or into releasing the Kraken. I think that's how we get this. So potentially, not necessarily a good person socially, but a good person in terms of the weapon they could become.
Now, this individual is hiding behind the pictures of another person, so I'm questioning their ability to act in the face of a god. They can't face a woman with their own pictures. How are they going to face off with a god, is my question.
I feel like that's a discussion for another day.
For right now, I'm going to say no to this guy. I don't think they're trustworthy. I don't think they'd be able to face off with the gods. I don't think that they would be able to accomplish what needs to be accomplished in this world. What do you think?
Agreed. Yeah,
Okay.
I just personally think that this person, although could be a good manipulator, a good rage baiter, they are inherently untrustworthy.
All right, so we're going to say no to Adonis. Sorry, Adonis.
Yeah.
We're going to move on. Who is our next individual? Let's pick from a different culture.
I was going to say, how do you feel about this guy being our, I don't know, what is this guy, our Odin, maybe?
Odin. Okay, Odin. So here we have Odin, 31, fun, adventurous, witty, sarcastic. Oh, I kind of like when you list out your traits.
Yeah.
It makes it easier.
Oh, he specified that he can be a flirty freak. I'm in.
Filthy. The term is filthy freak.
Oh, even better. Here we go.
Okay. So a filthy freak who works night shift. Okay. So someone who can secret around in the nighttime, and the gods, at least the Greek ones, were notoriously sexually prolific.
Oh, they were perverts.
Yes.
Let's
So
not
if
beat
a
about the
filthy
bush.
freak was set loose with the gods, I think that would work out well.
Yeah. Again, he's halfway there to transcendency.
Yes, I agree. Another note for survival, though, that just comes to mind with this discussion of the sexual games that were played. If a goose or a dolphin or
a cow
or a
I
cow,
would even go as far as to say even a nice bit of mist.
a nice bit of mist. If something is being overly friendly, walk away. Run for your life. Run for your life. Just don't mess with it.
It has nefarious ideas. It does not want to be your friend. It does not want to be your companion.
It's not a friend.
No. Anyway,
If you don't know what we're talking about,
go to your library. Yes. Anyway, back
all
to
right,
Odin.
so Odin.
Odin, I will mention that Odin has taken quite a few photos there's a few
car.
photos in the car. There's a photo on the bed. There's like it's all the same pose.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a little bit playful because he's got his tongue sticking out in one of the photos. But what I will say, that the thing that's really throwing me off is the photo in the middle with the fedora, the milady going on.
That is a fabulous hat, I must say. So, master of disguise
Master
here.
of disguise, yeah. Although, to be fair, you could say that about Adonis.
Okay, so I'm looking at his information. So we've gleaned that from his pictures.
We gleaned from his pictures that he
car.
has a car. That's it. And a hat.
He has a nice hat.
He has a hat that he can go, milady.
And he's sticking his tongue out, which I assume is supposed to be sexually playful.
Yes.
Okay. So he's matching the energies of some of our Greek gods. So there's that.
Yeah, we certainly got maybe a little bit of a trickster, maybe a little bit of a fun-loving hedonistic.
It says he's a kitchen manager. So he's organized and he's able to keep track of things going on around him. So that could be beneficial. That could work for him well.
It could be, but when he goes on to list things that, people would describe me as, he lists one of his things as procrastinator. I don't know if that works well with being a kitchen manager.
We're not here to judge his ability to do his current job, but as far as procrastinating in this world, that could be a problem. Are we anticipating him trying to infiltrate the gods and then just being like, this is cool, I like this, and just sticking with them?
Or more like, it's not so bad. He does list himself as being audacious. Now, when you hear the word,
what does that mean?
You hear the word audacious,
what does that mean in terms of a person? Yeah. Audacious.
Because I generally don't find that to be a word that I want associated with me. Hold up.
I'm imagining just
define audacious.
Unfiltered.
Showing a willingness to take surprisingly bold risks, or showing an impudent lack of respect.
Okay, we have some wildly different options.
Pick the one that you prefer.
Okay, I will say he starts his description as outgoing or bold or adventurous. So I think he's leaning towards the first description.
Possibly, yeah.
But he needs to rethink the use of the word audacious in this. But regardless of that...
Again, visit your library.
He seems to be someone... Yeah, go visit the library, honey. But as far as Odin talking about himself or what people would describe him as, it sounds like he's very standoffish.
Oh, do you think?
Or he's very prepared to go without a filter or do what needs to be done. So I'm thinking this guy would be pretty good with the manipulation tactic for the Gods' War.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see him holding his own in a battle of wits, maybe.
So the final thing I'm picking up on Odin's profile here is when in the notes it says you can find me socializing. So this is a very social person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who enjoys being bold and outgoing and unfiltered and audacious, whatever that entails. I'm going to say out of our two options, I'm leaning towards Odin here.
I think Odin is the winner this week by far. Yeah. I personally feel, like I said to you earlier, I think this guy may be able to hold himself in a battle of wits.
All right, so we have our person that we are going with.
Congratulations, Odin.
Congratulations, Odin. We have our person that we're surviving with. So now is the part of the conversation where we go back and we analyze our survival ability in this world, in this apocalypse.
What are our chances?
We're on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being we are not surviving this, and 10 being, oh yeah, this isn't even a problem. And we have yet to encounter a world on either side of that spectrum. So we haven't gotten a 1 or
That's
a 10.
Odin accepting the friend request.
That's my mother texting me to tell me how disappointed she is in me. Let's
wow.
move on.
See, I don't have parents, so I don't have anyone to tell me that anymore.
Oh my god, we're not going to play this game. Anyways, So our survivability on a scale of 1 to 10, we have yet to encounter a 1 or a 10 yet, but we've
This is
gotten
true.
close.
Mm-hmm. This is true. And just to clarify, once again, that this is the survivability of us as individuals, not the human race.
Correct. Yes.
Right.
It's our ability to survive with our chosen survival tactics. So looking at this situation, the circumstances that we're facing, we have some pros and cons. Pros being we have access to information and communication avenues that the gods probably are not familiar with or would take time in order to assimilate to.
Certainly, yes.
Cons being they are gigantic, all-powerful beings who are severely ticked off at us because we built a fast food chain on their place of worship.
And to be fair, that was the last straw.
Here's my take on this. I don't see this apocalypse ending. We have a few apocalypses that we have talked about in a few worlds where we're like, this situation will resolve eventually.
It will peter itself out, yes.
Yeah, it'll kind of fall eventually. But we in this apocalyptic scenario, I don't see that happening. I do not see this resolving itself in any way, shape, or form. So now we're going to be only talking about our ability to survive this. Humanity, I think, would survive as a whole. The gods need someone to worship them. They need someone to manipulate and use and have present to worship them. So I do think that humanity would survive. In what capacity, I don't know. But I don't... We have a podcast that we talk about topics that we are not experts in, and yet we're convincing people that they should listen to us in these apocalyptic scenarios.
We know next to nothing.
We know nothing, and we've been very clear about this, and people still want to interact with us on these top topics. So I think that we would actually do fairly well with our manipulation tactic. I think that we could employ it to some degree of success. Now, how long that would work out for us, I don't know. But we could easily start a few.
This is the thing. I feel like when the ancient gods first emerge, it will be catastrophic. We will be a scattered and huddled fraction of what humanity was. This is not going to peter out on its own. However, we could generationally live alongside them. Now, I'm not saying we could live alongside them peacefully, but we could constantly be a thorn in their side. I reckon humanity as a whole will not die out from this, but I think we will have to work hard to work alongside what we've got.
Provided that we don't die in that first wave of shock and awe. Oh my God, what's happening? The gods are here. Like, provided that we don't die in that.
Provided you don't get stepped on by a giant godly foot.
So in this conversation, on our scale of 1 to 10, I'm gonna give us a 6, mostly because there are some gods in some cultures that can far out reason us. They can far out think us. They're much smarter than us, me in particular. So I don't know my survivability against them. So if I'm
glad to hear you admit
god,
it.
Huh?
I'm glad to hear you admit it.
Oh yeah, no, they are far smarter than me. So if I pick the right god and poke at the right point, I think it would work. However, there's too much room for variance. There's too much room to go any higher on our scale from 6. So I'm giving us a 6, and I would love to hear your thoughts on your survivability.
Okay, I think so long as I survive the initial catastrophe, I think that once all the gods are awakened, once they've kind of got it out of their system as to how pissed off they are at us, they're going to look at each other and realize that actually I'm more annoyed at this guy than I am at humanity. So I think that goes in my favor. And personally, I want to see that battle royale. I will be selling tickets to go and see that battle royale.
Full on Roman Colosseum with gods inside.
Literally, yes. Like, nothing is stopping me. I will sell tickets. I will become a millionaire. Once again, I have encouraged the debauchery of man. I have ascended to godhood. I have become the eldritch abomination that I always needed to be. I am surviving with an 8.
An 8. Okay. All right. That's a pretty high survival. So collectively, our average as a team, we're looking at, with Odin, a 7. What do you say?
Yeah, I think that's a good roundabout.
All right. So it looks like we're on the far side of the 5. So we are surviving this apocalypse. Mm-hmm. Do we conclude? Do you concur?
I concur. I think this is a survivable event so long as we survive the initial catastrophe, which is often the case with these apocalyptic scenarios that we come up with. Once you're past the worst of it, the rest of it's not so bad.
Once. What if all of it's the worst of it, though?
That being said, Tata, I think that's it for this week.
Yep, I think we got really good in-depth information, and I think we're well prepared for an apocalypse that will never happen.
Absolutely, yeah. No, but don't forget, it won't never happen. It just may never happen.
I don't do double negatives.
That's fair.
Regardless, with that, ladies and gentlemen, survivors, one and all, we're going to go ahead and end our episode today. Thank you so much for listening in. Be sure to check us out on our YouTube channel. Anywhere that a podcast is hosted, we have our platform there as well.
Just all the socials. We're bound to be there in some form or another.
We're always there. No one asked for us, no one wanted us, but we're here anyways. We were happy to talk with you, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Boom!